Hello and welcome back to Cinema Rules. My name is Tom and behind the camera we don't have Sean. I'm on my own again, but you know what that means? We're watching the penultimate episode of Chernobyl. This series has been an experience. It's been a journey so far. It's been dramatic. It's been harrowing, horrifying, brutal. This episode is called, let's just have a quick look, The Happiness of All Mankind. So what we're going to get this episode, I think, is them dealing with the fallout, maybe on a more global scale as well. How is the wider world reacting to this absolute chaotic, horrific event that's unfolded in front of everybody's eyes? But also, we've had the miners come in the last episode, so they're probably going to start getting infected as well. Not infected, affected by the radiation. Overall, this has been, the performances are incredible. The dialogue is incredible. The acting, but the cinematography as well. I'm hoping that the next two episodes are going to be as good as the first three. If they are, then I'm already going to say it will be one of my favourite ever TV shows. But let's live in hope. I hope they end it well. They've got to carry the message forward about mankind's ignorance and what has led to this, and that it can never happen again. I hope they carry that message through in these two episodes as well. But if you want to watch the full-length reaction to episode 4 of Chernobyl, The Happiness of All Mankind, then make sure you go and like our Patreon page now, where you can watch the full-length reaction, my full-length reaction to this episode. And feel free to drop a like and subscribe over here on YouTube as well, so you can join me for the last episode of Chernobyl, which is coming soon. Without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Episode 4 of Chernobyl, The Happiness of All Mankind, which I feel like is going to have a dual meaning, perhaps. Let's go. Here we go. The penultimate episode, guys. Thank you for joining me on this journey.
You have to come with me.
Why?
Because they told me, so now I'm telling you. Everyone in this village, everyone.
Because they told me.
It's not safe here. There's radiation in the air. What's wrong with you?
You know how old I am?
There were definitely people that stayed behind in Chernobyl as well.
I'm 82.
I think there's people that still
I've lived here my whole life.
live there from these generations.
My brothers never came home. But I stayed, and I'm still here. After all that I have seen.
Gosh.
So I should leave now, because of something I cannot see at all. No.
Said that, didn't I, about the invisible threat of this antagonist, this radiation.
It's time to go.
What's going to happen here? I don't know what's going to happen. She's still going to refuse. She's probably defiant and adamant to the end. He was in Game of Thrones, wasn't he? He played Pip at the wall. No way!
This is your last warning.
I don't believe he's going to shoot her. A cow.
It's time to go.
Ah. The horror of it is all of these civilians that had no say in it, or no influence, no input. They're the ones that are victims. Kiev, Ukrainian SSR, August, 4 months after the explosion. Ah, this is the woman that lost her husband and is pregnant. So I was talking to someone a few days ago, after I watched the 3rd episode, that has actually been to Chernobyl. And he said, you get your own kind of Geiger counter, but they're not these old school clicky ones. And there's places you can't go still, like you can't go in the trees, you can't go in the forest, apparently. Water. Graphite! No, is it graphite? I heard them, I went to watch Oppenheimer the other day, as when I recorded this, and they mentioned graphite the material they use when they're building the bomb. And I just had flashbacks to the bit with the fireman clearing up all of the graphite. Here he is. He also had the interaction with the KGB last episode as well.
Moon rovers. Lunar cards STR-1s. They're light, and if we line them with lead, they can withstand the radiation.
We couldn't put a man on the moon. At least we can keep a man off a roof.
That is the most important thing. Under no circumstances can men go up there. Robots only.
What about this last?
I'm surprised that they weren't more willing to sacrifice people given the nature of the ideology. Because they asked people to sacrifice themselves when they went into the underground pipes. So I wonder why.
It would be fair to say that that piece of roof is the most dangerous place on Earth.
Oh, God. So we're staying away from that one. I assume these are the guys that are being drafted in to do the clear-up work. I do love how when we get these new characters every once in a while and we follow their perspectives, it's like we get a kind of thread of human beings linked together by this disaster throughout.
It's all right. It's free. It's a little early.
Oh, it wasn't. I thought it was bottled water. It's vodka.
We do animal control.
Animal control.
Yeah, they're radioactive, so they have to go. But it's not hard. They're mostly pets. They're happy to see you. They run right up to you. Bang. You load the bodies on a truck, dump them in a pit, bury them in concrete, and then we drink.
Well, it's a simple 9 to 5 job then. I couldn't do that job, doing it with killing the animals. That's horrible. They have to do it, but horrible. The poor dogs. I can't face any dogs getting shot, guys. So he was investigating the truth behind the accident in the last episode.
I need to see the following documents. They're listed as permission only. I'm working for the Central Committee.
She's like, this is serious stuff.
You can have that one.
Everything else was redacted. Wow.
Thank you,
She's not allowed anything else. All the food supply that they've grown there. Didn't they call Ukraine like the breadbasket of Europe because they obviously create so much grain for everybody? This must have caused a right problem with the food supply.
To think that's what we put on the moon. I'm not that one. I know, not that one.
This rover was in storage. They can build 2 more.
These small, tiny moments of levity, don't you?
Well, here, what's that? Smile.
Yeah, I thought that as well at the same time. They've been together for months now. He's looking better. He looked like more blistered last episode.
I see your condition has improved, Comrade Dyatlov.
No, leave.
I need your help.
This guy's the most stubborn guy I've ever seen.
Can you confirm that the reactor exploded after they attempted to shut it down?
How do I even know it exploded, huh?
Still in denial. Everyone's going to be like, Tom's reaction to Chernobyl are just him saying, arrogant, denial, ignorant, horror.
What are you after here? Why are you asking me this?
You worked with this reactor. You know it better than I do.
Oh, so everything's my fault then?
Is that what this is?
It's just fear that's driving him.
You're not even curious.
What for? Oh, you think the right question will get you the truth? There is no truth. Ask the bosses whatever you want, you'll get the lie.
Yeah.
I will get the bullet.
Imagine if you tried smoking in a hospital today. They'd chase you out.
If you hit an animal and it doesn't die, keep shooting until it does. Don't let them suffer, or I'll kill you. Understand?
Wow.
I mean it. I've killed a lot of people.
It's mad that he says he's killed a lot of people and he cares for animals. He's got a kind of humanity about him still, hasn't he? Even though he's killed people, he doesn't like suffering. To be fair, I'd shoot him as well, if that happened. Oh, I can't deal with this, guys.
Hey, do your job. Door to door.
Just when you think they've done everything on this show to make it horrifying and brutal and sad, they hit you with the animals, man.
Go away. Go.
It's a horrible, isolating shot that was, and look, he's clearly horrified by this. Oh. He's gonna punch him.
Don't let them suffer.
Sorry.
I can't even with this, guys. I've got a dog, and I'm a dog person. I mean, these are the people that are doing this. They're either military or they're people that are completely kind of isolated or lost or maybe down on their luck and they need the money and horrible conditions.
We were moving through a house and suddenly a man was there and I shot him in the stomach. Yeah, that's a real war story. There are never any good stories like in the movies. They're shit. Man was there, boom, stomach.
So the suffering reminds me of giving PTSD.
You put a bullet in someone. You're not you anymore. You'll never be you again. But then you wake up the next morning and you're still you. And you realize that was you all along.
That's a powerful statement, isn't it?
Our goal is the happiness of all mankind.
Yeah.
It's so ironic, isn't it? The goal was happiness of all mankind, yet they're literally in this desolate place now. This reminds me of like The Last of Us a bit, in the fact that it's just three people in a dilapidated setting, isolated. So they're just pushing it literally bit by bit off the roof onto the floor.
Joker. What the Germans named him? Joker.
Is it ready?
It's ready.
Like a robotic arm, it looks like, to get rid of more rubble or something.
It's not a signal, it's the vehicle. It's dead.
It's that bad.
Of course I know they're listening! I want them to hear! I want them to hear it all! You know what we're doing here? Tell fucking Gorbachev! Tell him!
Jesus.
I gave them the propaganda number. That robot was never going to work.
So the state didn't want to embarrass themselves by saying what had happened, and then the Germans sent them a piece of equipment that wasn't up to the task as they thought it was. How many bottles of vodka have they got through in this TV show alone already?
We use bio-robots.
Bio-robots?
And
Ah. See, I was waiting for him. I didn't think he'd be the one to say that because he was so torn after he sent the men into the pipe and the pipe system to unblock it originally. So I'm surprised that he was the one to say that, although he doesn't know that it's going to continue pumping out radiation. What is going to happen here? So I feel like we're building to something with his character. Are they going to find people? Oh, you can't even be serious.
Just go outside.
Oh, I can't do this, man. It's just harrowing. It's absolutely harrowing. At least that guy, I guess he was compassionate enough to do it for him. October. Months have passed in this episode.
Because of the nature of the working area, you will each have no more than 90 seconds to solve this problem. Listen carefully to each of my instructions.
90 seconds? What the?
For your own safety and the safety
How
of
can
your
you
comrades.
do in 90 seconds?
Take care not to stumble. There's a hole in the roof. Take care not to fall. You will need to move quickly and you will need...
I'm useless at taking instructions and listening, so I'd be like, what? I need to... Tell me again. What do I do?
These are the most important 90 seconds of your lives. Commit your task to memory, then do your job.
These people are all going to get radiation sickness, aren't they, or something? 90 seconds. Okay, so they ring that every minute and a half.
Above all, while on the roof, throw your debris over the rail. Do not look over the rail. Is that clear? Very well.
Do not look over the rail. You still got bare skin exposed to the air. There's so much of it around. The crackling sound. Chuck it, chuck it, chuck it! Don't look! This is horrific. They're out of breath, aren't they? Go, 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 go! Oh my god, it's stuck! Oh my god, he's gone. He's done for. That water will be horrifically radiated.
Comrade soldier, you're done.
Good work, soldier, you're done. He is done, that's the right blooming term. Done for. And we never saw his face. Could have been anyone. I haven't said anything here because obviously I'm thinking, is this baby coming naturally or is it like deformed from radiation, or is she going to lose the baby?
Sorry for all this. We needed to speak to you somewhere with...
Oh. Cool.
Please believe me when I tell you that I had no idea it could cause an explosion. None of us knew.
None of you knew what?
In 1975, at an RBMK reactor at Leningrad, a fuel channel ruptured. The operators pressed AZ5, but instead of the power going down immediately, for a brief moment, it went up.
How is that possible?
Oh, this is the very question posed by a colleague of mine named Volkov. He's the one who wrote this article.
So we knew something the whole time about this accident.
So the reactivity doesn't go down, it goes up dramatically.
Why on earth would they press that button?
They didn't know.
They didn't know. They didn't even know about that. They weren't told.
There could be no doubt about the supremacy of the Soviet nuclear industry.
Oh.
So again,
KGB classified.
Yet again, the KGB classified it out of arrogance and fear.
The flaw will not lead to an explosion unless the operators have pushed the reactor to the edge of disaster.
So it is their fault.
Yes.
But not only their fault.
No.
Because they still didn't know.
You have a chance to talk to the world, Valeri. If that chance was mine.
But it isn't, is it? I've known braver souls than you, Hamyuk. Men who had their moment and did nothing. Because when it's your life and the lives of everyone you love, your moral conviction doesn't mean anything.
Great writing.
I've been looking in on his widow. She gave birth. A girl. The baby lived for 4 hours. They said the radiation would have killed the mother, but the baby absorbed it instead. We live in a country where children have to die to save their mothers. To hell with your deal. And to hell with our lives. Someone has to start telling the truth.
Is she the one that he sent the tapes to in the first episode at the beginning? About the truth, where he recorded his a testimonial about what happened.
Congratulations, comrades. You are the last of 3,828 men. You have performed your duties perfectly. I wish you good health and long life. All of you are awarded a bonus of 800 rubles.
But how many of them actually survived? That's the question. It's bleak, isn't it? This is bleak. It's the animals, it's the children, the women, the innocent that suffer the consequences of a nation that denies truth. You can't imagine the unbearable sorrow and isolation. Okay guys, that was episode 4 of the penultimate episode of Chernobyl, The Happiness of All Mankind. And I was just thinking about that title there, The Happiness of All Mankind, trying to figure out why it's called that. And it's obviously one of the slogans that they use for the workers or for the Soviet Union, isn't it? And it's the deep irony of it. This episode was so hard to get through because it was just so emotionally bleak, with between the killing of the animals, which was utterly horrific, the death of the baby at the end, and all of these men literally being treated like human robots to going up onto the roof. You've got such a callous treatment of the real people. There's no happiness at all. It's sorrow. I mean, it's really atmospheric, this episode. One of my main issues with it going through is that we built all the time up with kind of Stellan Skarsgård and Jared Harris's characters, and we didn't really get them. They were in the background working with how to get the graphite off the roof. But then you come in with that scene at the end between the 3 scientists and this kind of decision about what we do as human beings, or who we are as human beings, when the truth is in our hands, but also our life isn't in our hands. So when you're deeply threatened and your family's threatened, what side of the fence do you come down on? Who are we as human beings? It's such a deep kind of social commentary on morality and humanity. It's so impactful and effective. And Stellan Skarsgård, he was the actor, apart from Barry Keoghan, I literally butcher his name, Barry Keoghan, I think his name is. He was really good in the scene. He hardly had any dialogue, but you could you could see it all in the performance of his face. The emotion was just there, the isolation, the fear, the sorrow. But then Stellan Skarsgård came in as well when he smashed up the phone and he was talking about Gorbachev, and then the scene at the end as well with his statement and his dialogue. It's absolutely amazing. It's fantastic. All at the same time as well, you've got such a great, I haven't really spoken about, you've got the makeup, you've got the practical effects, you've got the setting, you've got the costumes. The costumes are fantastic in this show. I'm just thinking, where do we go from here? Are they going to release the truth in Vienna to the world? I don't even know what happens in that situation or what did happen, but I'm hoping that Jared Harris does. I mean, we saw him release the tape, so maybe he does it later on before he dies. We had the explosion, we had the direct aftermath, now we've had the cleanup as well. I just hope we stick with all of the characters and see what happens with the people that were getting rid of the animals, the soldiers there. I want to go back to the woman as well that had the child, and hopefully she can have some form of retribution or something, but obviously it's a pessimistic show, so I think we're going to go for the question of what do we do as mankind, man, woman, whoever we are. Do we fall on the right side of history? Do we do what's morally right? I said I hope that's the direction they continue going in, and they did, so I'm so excited. I can't wait to watch the last episode. But I've been rambling on for a while there. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Were you as kind of lost for words as I was with the pessimism of it and the bleak reality of this cleanup operation and the way people are treated? Or did you prefer another episode? Don't spoil the end just yet, but let me know your thoughts on Chernobyl as well. Or you can save that for the last episode if you want to. If you liked this episode, this reaction, and please make sure that you like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and you can stay tuned for that finale. Or if you want to watch the reaction to the full reaction, then go and click over onto Patreon and see the full reaction there if you want to. But this is a great show, guys. I'm so excited for the next episode, the finale. I've got to try it. Let's just wait and see. Let's wait and see. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.